Hey everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it is time for Saturday with Stacey YouTube number 222. I'm back. I was gone last week. I was traveling overseas for an appointment. They couldn't come to me, so I had to go to them. And it was important enough for me to go to them. I had booked this trip months and months and months ago. So I was thrilled to be going, but I'll have to be honest with you, I was so thrilled to come home. We were supposed to be in Hong Kong for several days, and I got there and got my appointments done, and then it was like, okay, I'm ready to go home. It turns out I missed my teenagers, and I missed my husband, and I missed my rental house, and I just missed home. So, in and out of Hong Kong in 48 hours. Woo! I wasn't there long enough to get jet lag, which I guess is a good thing. So, but I'm very excited. The appointments went very, very well. And like I said, they couldn't come to me. It had to be me going to them. So I was glad to have made the trip over. I think that next year I've got some wonderful things that I get to share with you, but those haven't been quite worked out yet, all the details. Now, I also have just taped the 100th anniversary winner chicken dinner. So I've got the list. I've already done it. Ooh, are you waiting to see if that's your name on there? I'm going to try and be quick. There's 1, 2, 3 pages of winner chicken dinner from our anniversary sale this year. So that's in a separate YouTube, and I do my best to name all the winners. And what did you win? Well, you won prizes from the bin of unclaimed prizes. I mean, we give away things all the time, and some people just never claim them. So they go into a bin, and then at the anniversary sale, we count them all up, and hopefully we have about 100, and if not, thankfully we have some wonderful manufacturers that will send us a few things to get us up to 100. And that's what you're going to win. So we have prizes all the way from about $10, $15 up to $200. I don't announce what you win. I just announce that you've won. And hopefully when your happy mail gets to you, you're actually happy with what you've won. So, and international people can win too. Absolutely. I bet there's international winners on this list. So I'm excited to finally have that done. And Kayla, thumbs up. You did a great job, girlfriend. She is the one who had to get all the work done, make sure all the winners were taken care of, get the lists together. So she did a great job. She's also the one who then has to send all the prizes. Now we have winner chicken dinner from last YouTube 221 that I did 2 weeks ago, and that was using the Simply Refined So Delicate collection and the beautiful contour die and the Nouveau Mousse from Tonic Studios. And I have 2 winners to announce, and you both are going to win one of the contour dies and some of that Nouveau Mousse. But if you don't claim your prize, it goes in the bin of unclaimed prizes, so don't do that. You want this, really, you do. So if you hear your name, how do you claim your prize? If you hear your name on this YouTube, go to winner chicken dinner. Find that link on scrapbookingmadesimple.com. You'll see the link, you'll click it, you'll follow the directions, and we will get your prize right on out to you. Otherwise, somebody next anniversary sale is going to be going, oh my goodness, I won such a wonderful prize. Well, that's because one of you didn't claim yours. Okay, so the 2 winners that I have, I'm going to put the 100 winners over the side. The 2 winners that I have is Devi Collins. Now that's D-E-V-Y, Devi Collins. Congratulations, Devi. You're a winner, a chicken dinner. You're a winner, but you're not alone. You have a friend. Who is your friend? Judy Jensen, not Jetson, Jensen. I bet you hear that more than you'd like to, Judy. But it doesn't matter because right now you're a winner chicken dinner as well. So Judy Jensen and Devi Collins, go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com, find the link that says winner chicken dinner, click on it, follow the directions, and find happy mail coming to you. Wahoo Kachoo. And that's the Simply Refined So Delicate contour die and a few of the Nouveau Tonic mousses for you to play with. I think that's a happy day, don't you? Now, In this YouTube, I've got a lot going on. I have got brand new Simply Defined, oh, that was Simply Refined, wasn't it? I have brand new Simply Defined October release, which is kind of Asian inspired, which is funny because I was just in Hong Kong, even though I designed this months and months and months ago. Really kind of, anyway, I have beautiful new product from DoCrafts. In fact, I have to be very honest, I'm having product envy. I wish it were mine. Oh my gosh, do I wish it were mine. It's something similar to what I do, but I love the size, I love the colors, I love it all. So I have new product from DoCrafts, and the only place you're going to find it is Scrapbooking Made Simple. We have it exclusively right now. So between the new Simply Defined and the DoCrafts product, oh, I have Go Press and Foil stamp plates that go with this collection. So if you have a Go Press and Foil, I have stamp plates just for you. And if you don't have a Go Press and Foil, one of the stamp plates also has a coordinating die and stamp set. So if you have the Go Press and Foil and you buy the foil plate to go with it, you can also get the die. I'm talking with my hands, but you can't see them. You can, if you have the foil, if you get the foil plate, you can also get the die and the stamp to go with it. That way you can cut that foil, the foil out after you're done with it, or you can stamp with it. But if you don't have a Go Press and Foil and you love the look of the die and the stamp, well, you can have that just by itself. So I've got tons of product. I have got a new Kaleidoscope die. I've been wanting to do this die. I wanted to do this die the first time I did a peacock, but I didn't have the capability of doing this die when I first did a peacock. So I do now, so I did it. And I love it. So I'm going to start with that, but then we're going to be stamping and glittering, and we're going to be doing lots. So I am going to get started for today. Now, if you want to be a winner, how do you do that? You do have to subscribe. My boys want 100,000 subscribers. I'm at 61,000. They want 100,000. That's where you get, I guess you get the silver medallion thing from YouTube, and that would make me a cool mom, because I'm so not a cool mom. I'm like, is your homework done? Did you brush your teeth? Have you taken a shower lately? I'm that mom. So a little silver medallion would make me a cool mom for at least a moment. And then I could just go back being regular mom. But that's okay. I'm happy with being mom. Anyway, so gosh, I got off track. How do you become a winner? You have to subscribe to our channel and then post a comment on this YouTube. And as long as you're kind, kindness is free. You can say anything you want. You can wish the whole wide world a happy day. It's all good. Just be nice. And we'll approve your comment, and then you go into a running for a prize in the next YouTube, and we always pick 2 winners. So I am going to tilt on down. I'm going to get started for today. It is so good to be back. I was glad to go, but I was glad to get back. I think I'm starting to become maybe a little more home buddy. It was just wonderful to go, but it was so much better to come home to my family and even my rental house. Okay, down we go, you guys. Are you ready? Down we go. Bye. All right, so I'm going to try and zoom on in, tilt on down, zoom on in. Maybe tilt just a little bit more. Okay, so this is the free make and take that's going on downstairs right now. And this is using one of the dies from the new Simply Defined collection. It's called Beauty. We put the word beauty on the collection, but more importantly, I used the symbol, the Chinese symbol for beauty, because I love the symbols. They're so intricate, and I always wonder what they mean. But so we've done that, and everybody downstairs is making one of these cards, including Hannah from DoCrafts. Hannah is here right now. She's flown all the way over from the UK to take part in this in-store make and take. Look, isn't that beautiful? And can you see the blue foil on the back of the white that shadows it? That's the DoCrafts product. Isn't that so pretty? So Hannah from DoCrafts is here, and I think this is her first time in the United States. So I think she did a little bit of sightseeing, but now she's downstairs playing with all of us. Can you see the foil in the back, acting as a shadow to the peacock feather? So this is what they're doing right now downstairs. But I'm gonna start with the Kaleidoscope die. And this is a Kaleidoscope die. It is 4 separate dies. They are A2 size, which means that they go on your standard card base. And you can use these together or by themselves. And I'm just gonna pull them off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now they're layering dies is what a Kaleidoscope die is, and they were inspired by my mom, and I think I'll continue on with Kaleidoscope through 2018. It was really meant to be a 6 die series, but I think now that my mom has passed away, I think I'm just going to continue on with it. Yeah. So anyway, die 1, die 2, die 3, die 4. And you cut them all out and you're able to layer them on top of each other to give you something truly dimensional in many different colors. But the beautiful thing about a Kaleidoscope die is that you can also use them independently of each other. You could just use this one. You could use number 4 with number 3. You could use number 4, 3 with number 2. You could use number 1 and number 4. And they all mix and match together. Now, normally a die this size runs, from me, it runs $15.99 for 1 die. That's what a contour, this is about the size of a contour die. But this is a contour plus, and we sell all 4 dies for $29.99 in the one packaging. And those of you out there who are into dies and are familiar with die and die pricing, you know that the layering dies can be very, very pricey, up to I want to say between $26 and $30 a die. So if you did all 4 dies, even at $20, that's $80, and we're doing them for $29.99 because that's our value price to you in hopes of keeping crafting affordable. Now, I've already started and I've already cut these 2 dies out. But I am going to take these 2 dies and I'm going to cut them out for you, and I'm going to be using the new product from DoCrafts. It is an adhesive foil paper. Why do I like it better than mine? Well, I like it, 1, because the size. It's got a wider width. I really appreciate that because that means I can do more things with it. It cuts beautifully. It's a little more firm than my Reflections. And there's 4 separate packs. You get, I believe, 20 sheets in each pack, and each pack is color coordinated. I'll show them to you later, but it really is beautiful. I told you I'm having envy. I wish that mine were this size. I really do. But that's okay. We've got it from DoCrafts, and we've got it for a great price, and they've done a beautiful job with it. Now, I'm going to start with die number 1, and that's the one that has the most background to it. You can see that this one's got a little less background. See how this head, the peacock head, is a little bit fatter compared to this one? It's a little bit thinner. That means this is your second layering die. So I'm going to take and I'm going to cut it out of the blue foil. And I am going to use my Big Shot machine. I'm going to bring it on over. I am going to use a precision base plate. Precision base plate is important because it does intricate dies, or if you're using a foil or a material, you may want to have something that it will bite into it. So a precision base plate, you can use it on, I use it on my magnetic platform. They tell you not to at Ellison. Sizzix would prefer that you not. They prefer you use it just on your regular multi-purpose platform, and you want to be sure that the directions are face down. You do not want to see there's directions on the other side of this. If you can read the directions, you're doing it wrong. You need that metal facing you. That's really important. Now, if you don't have a precision base plate and you have intricate dies, whether they be my dies or Memory Box's dies or Sizzix dies, I don't know, anybody's dies who have intricate dies and they're not cutting well, it's because you're not on a precision base plate. Once you get that precision base plate, all of your intricate dies, you'll be so much happier. But when you use a precision base plate, what happens is the pressure is so strong that it indents on your cutting plate. So use one that is already yucky. Do not use a do not cut plate to do this. Use one of your old plates at best. That's what you would prefer to use, is one of your oldest plates. And I'm gonna roll it on through. And my back is gonna come right off. So I just took the back piece off, and then I'm gonna rotate it. Just gonna do a little rotate and send it on back, just to make sure that it cut through all the way. Pull it over. And I am actually playing with today the new DoCrafts little brushy. You know, the bristles are not as long as the Sizzix brush. They're shorter, and their pad is not quite as dense. So I'm playing with it because it's new, and I'm not sure yet. So I'm just gonna play with it a little bit and see how well it does. Okay, well, my little pieces fell out. That's for sure. Take those and put them in the trash. And let's pull the die. Okay, so here is die number 1 of the set of 4, and it makes the background. So you can kind of see the peacock going on there, but we need to add more detail to it. So then I'm going to grab the next die. And that is die number 2. Remember, the neck was just a little bit thinner. Now this is a little bit smaller and it has a little more detail to it. And I'm going to cut that. I'm going to do that one out of the green. And remember, this is adhesive, so I can peel the back off and expose the sticky. But for now, I don't want to do that because I'm not putting it together yet. Bring over my Big Shot machine, put it right down on my precision base plate. Send it on through. Now, you may notice this is a straight edge. I'm putting it a little bit at an angle. That way, when the straight edge hits the roller underneath, it doesn't go ka-thunk. If your die has a straight edge to it, and you put it straight on, and you send it through, and it goes ka-thunk, and that bothers you, it's not hurting the die any, but just rotate it. Put it at a little bit of an angle. And what happens is that now this corner is going to feed into that roller first, and it's going to gradually feed in, and you're not going to get that big ka-thunk. I know that scares people when it goes ka-thunk. It doesn't hurt anything, it just sounds really bad. I'm going to do a little bit of a rotate. And why do we rotate? Well, because every machine, every die cut machine, whether you have a Cuttlebug or a Sizzix or a Grand Caliber, every die cut machine has what's called a sweet spot. And maybe perhaps your sweet spot is over on this side of your roller. So everything on this side, when you send it through, cuts beautifully, but not so much over here. Well, when you send it through and you rotate it, now the side that didn't cut so well will come back through, and it has a chance to hit that sweet spot too. So every single die cut machine is different. If you use yours a lot, yours can be a little more what they call loose. If you don't use it at all, it's a little tighter. Okay, oh, I don't want to peel it off, that's for sure. Let's get my little tweezers because I don't want to peel the sticky off. Not yet. I know it wants to come right off, but not yet. I want to be able to play with these a little bit. Ooh. So the backing wants to come off so I can make it a sticker right now. Ha, but I don't want to do that. There we go. Awesome. Let's get this out of the way. I'm going to poke out. There's some pieces that haven't popped out yet. I'm just going to poke those out to make my flowers. Those add the detail to the flower. Hopefully I can pretty much hold it together. There we go. Pop some of those little guys out. And here. Okay. I think that's good enough. I think you'll get the gist. I didn't pop every last one of them out, but good enough. Can I get that little one? Okay, so now I've got, sorry, Mr. SMS, but you like green. It's a happy color. So now I've got die number 2, and I can layer it on top of die number 1. And you can start to see the definition. So on die number 2, where those flowers just are very abstract, when I put, or on die number 4, when I put die number 3 on top of it, die number 1, die number 2, I guess it depends upon how you're looking at them. Is the bottom number 1 or is the bottom number 4? But now you can see the green lays right on top and actually makes the petals of the flower with the blue coming through. So now you can see an outline of the blue all the way around the peacock. But I said I had already cut 2 of these for you. So this is the next die that will layer right on top and add the next element of dimension to it. So now I've started to add the detail of the peacock. And yet you can see the green and the blue still coming through because that's how the dies layer. But you can see the pink now on top, giving that detail, adding that detail. And then last but not least, the finest die, the one with the most detail. I just did in black to layer right on top of that to add the finishing touches to your peacock. It adds all the detail of the plume. It adds the face of the peacock. It adds it all in. And that's if you want to use all 4 dies. But what if you don't want to use all 4 dies? That's okay. You can just use, well, you can just use this one all by itself. All by itself. You don't have to use anything else. That can be a die, a standalone die, all by itself, and you can really see the detail of that die. Or you can line it up with die 2. I guess that would be 1 and 2. And now you've got the pink in the detail. Or you could line it up with die 3. To get your green and your pink on your detail. Or you could line die 1 up with die 3 and have that look. Or you could take die 4 and die 3 and die 1. And now you have that look. And I didn't use die number 2. Or I could take die number 1 and die number 4 and do that combination. Or die number 1, die number 2, and die number 4. You get the idea. It's pretty limitless what you can do. You just have to cut and play and see what combination you want out of the 4 dies that come with the set. Something very simple and just using the 1 die, which is beautiful all by itself. It's beautiful all by itself. Or layering them together so that you have a finished look. Now, I did not use die number 4 on this. This is only die number 1, 2, and 3. I didn't use die number 4 at all, and look at how beautiful is that. And it's all done with the foil from DoCrafts. That cuts so easy, and because it's self-adhesive, all I have to do is peel the back off and stick it down to the previous layer. You just stick them right down, right on top of each other. No fuss, no muss, and you've got a beautiful foiled look. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's all up to you what you want to do with it. How simple or how dramatic do you want it? You can incorporate glitter paper. You can just do it out of cardstock. You can use, gosh, you could make beautiful watercolor backgrounds and then die cut. There's really no opportunity to not play because it's just a die and you're talking about paper. So I wanted to show you what the Kaleidoscope die looks like for this month and all the options that you have. And again, the foil, again, I have foil paper envy. It's wider than mine. I love the colors. They've got more colors than I do. I love mine. Mine's a little thinner. Mine's a little thinner than this. So when it goes down, it goes down beautifully, as does this, but mine's just different. This is nice. It's really nice. I wish I had come up with it. Because look at that. How gorgeous is that? All right, so that is the Kaleidoscope die from Simply Defined for this month. And it does you get all 4 dies. It all comes in one big pack. I lost my big pack, but you get all 4 dies in one big pack. Please remember that when they're sold out, they're sold out. They're a one and done. So if you love the peacock, it can be yours for $29.99. All right. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I really wanted to play with the foils more. But I wanted to show you an easy way to use them. And die cutting, of course, is an easy peasy way of using them. But I wanted to do a little more with them. So I told you that I had done a foil. It's a foil plate for your Go Press and Foil. So it's got the beautiful motif inside, the lotus flower, and you get thinking of you or thank you. The words are you've got thinking of or thinking of, and then you or thank you. So you can put them together the way you want, but you've got this beautiful lotus flower if you have a Go Press and Foil machine. But what happens if you don't have a Go Press and Foil machine, but you still like the design? Well, we've started to do dies and stamps that coordinate. That means that if you run this hot foil stamp through your Go Press and Foil, and then you want to die cut it out, you now can. You're not stuck with it just on a flat piece of paper and cutting it into a rectangle and putting it onto a card. You're now able to die cut this whole piece out because we've got the matching die. And if we're going to do the matching die, well, we might as well have a stamp to go with it. That way, if you don't have a Go Press and Foil, but you love the Lotus flower, now you can die cut and you can stamp, or you can just stamp, or you can just die cut. And of course, we have words for you too. Same thing. So you'll be able to die cut the words out, or die cut and stamp your words. You have options. These are not part of the I Want It All bundle. These are always sold separately. So I'm going to put that over for a little bit because we're going to play with the die and the stamp. Now I'm going to grab another piece of the foil, and I am in love, love, love with this color. It's bronze. It's beautiful. I love it. And I wanted to see how far you can take this foil and what more can you do with it besides die cut. So I grabbed my stamp block. These are the DoCrafts. We sell them for $12.50. You get all the blocks. Nice little storage container so I don't lose them. I'm going to grab my stamp and put it right onto my cling block. So for those of you who are not familiar, this stamp just fits. But wait, there's a new set coming. A new set for less money with a bigger block. They've done another set. It's almost here. And it's got a bigger block and then two smaller blocks. Oh my gosh, because this one, it just barely fits in the width. So the new block would have been nice to use, but it's not here yet. Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to grab my gush pad. Because when you stamp, you always want to stamp on a gush pad. And for those of you who have never seen clear stamps before, they're not sticky, and neither is the block. They stick by static, by cling, and they just stay there, and then you can take them off. And then they stay there, and you can take them off. So once you have a block and once you have a clear stamp, you can use them forever, absolutely forever. If for some reason it stops clinging, that means you've got too much of your finger oils or your hand oils on it, or perhaps there's gunk on the back. Just take some Dawn dishwashing detergent, take a baby wipe, whatever makes you happy, something mild, wipe everything down, let it dry, and then poof, it'll cling all over again. So I wanted to see what else I could do with this foil besides die cut with it, because it die cuts absolutely beautifully. But I wanted to play a little more than that. So I took my Essentials glue pad. Now I use this a lot. I love it a lot. It's a wonderful tool if you know how to use it properly. This is how it comes packaged. And most people think that this is a re-inker for this. Well, when you open this up, it's completely dry. There's nothing on it at all. It's just foam. This is not a re-inker. You only put as much glue on your glue pad as you need for the application that you're doing. If you open it up and you spread all of this in there all at one time, no, trust me, I promise you only use as much glue as you need. Also, it has this little clear plastic on the top. You either want to do one of two things. You want to make sure you never lose it, or you want to take some thick pop dots, put them in the lid, adhere that to it so that it's permanently in there. That way, every time you close it up, you know your lid is there. That helps it from drying out faster, although I will tell you, this glue pad will last you a lifetime. When you run out of the glue, you never replace the pad. Just get yourself a new bottle of glue. And I usually take it and make a little bit of a Z, just a little bit of a Z. Kind of smush it with my fingers, a little bit of smush. And then, just like I was inking up a stamp, I ink it up with my glue. And you can hear it, it's a little sticky. Put my little lid on top. I need to get my fat pop dots and get them in there. And then I'm going to come over. Now, you would think that this is a non-porous material, and it is. And you would say, Stacey, is that going to dry on there? Well, oh my God, it is very gluey. Well, that's what I thought to myself. Is that going to dry on there? Because this is non-porous. And I wasn't sure whether it would dry or not. Usually to stamp on this, I would want to stamp with stays on so that it dries very quickly and I don't have to worry about it smudging. But I'm going to take my stamp with my glue. I'm on my gush pad and I'm going to set it down and give it a press. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. The stamp's a little bit bigger, so you might have to do more than an ABC, but 1, 2, 3, ABC. Now you notice I'm not doing chest compressions. That's never going to give you nice all over pressure. You just need to go through and do it. And if you're worried because it's a big stamp, you can always turn it upside down and give it a nice back rub. Either way will work. But you don't want to try and do chest compressions because all the pressure will be concentrated right in the middle and not on the outside edges. Okay, so let's peel. Oh, yay! All right, can you see the watermark there? Now this glue is a very special glue. It's called a two-way glue, and that means if I were to put anything on it right now, it would wipe away. If I wanted to use it as glue and put a piece of paper down on it right now, it would dry to permanent. But if I want to add foil or mica or glitter to it, I need to let it go tacky. It's the one time in your life you want to go tacky. You want to be tacky when using the glue. Oh, there I've got my... So I'm going to waft it. I'm going to tell you, you can let it go tacky for up to about 20, 25, 30 minutes without any problem. The longer, the better. You don't want to use it too soon. So I'm going to just kind of move it around and blow on it. Maybe I'll do one more. I'll glue up another one. So I'm not going to add any more glue to my glue pad because I know I just put some on. So I'm going to ink this one up. And I will put this one here. And 1, 2, 3, ABC, nice pressure all over. Make sure you get all the little tips all the way down the stem in the center. And if you're worried, you can always turn it over, give it a nice back rub. And then let's pull. Oh, lovely. And I'm going to separate those because I don't want them to be the same. So I've let this one go tacky now, and I'm going to let this one sit over there. And now I'm going to grab glitter. And I want to tell you, tilt on up just for a minute. I want to tell you, zoom on out. As long as it's a fine glitter, a microfine or an ultrafine glitter, it doesn't matter whose glitter you use. Do you have Elizabeth Crafts? Use it. Do you have the Stampendous glitter? Use it. Do you have the exclusive colors only at Scrapbooking Made Simple Stampendous glitter? Use it. The ultrafine, the microfine. Do you have the Tonic Studios Nouveau glitter? Use it. Mix them, match them. It doesn't matter. If you own glitter, you can do this. Now, if you have the really big chunky glitter, it's not going to look as pretty because you're going to lose the detail of the stamp. But don't feel you have to go buy anything special. If Martha Stewart's glitter is on sale and you've got a 40% off coupon and it's the microfine or the ultrafine, that's okay, go get it. It's the technique that you want to be able to do. So don't feel you have to be loyal to a certain glitter because they're all going to work beautifully. And if you have a green in Martha Stewart and a red in Elizabeth Crafts and a purple in Stampendous, fine. It's all good. They're meant to play together. Put them all in the sandbox. They'll get along. Trust me. Okay, I'm going to tilt back down. Bye. Just didn't want you to think that you needed to only use one type of, you know, from one manufacturer, because I'm pretty sure most of you already have some glitter. Oops, wrong way, sorry. Okay, so I've got my glued image there. And now I'm gonna play with some Nouveau. This is an ultra fine, it's not a micro fine. And you have a couple options. You can either take the back of your tweezers or a little spoon, but you want to gently tap. Tap, 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 tap. You don't want too much on there. Tap, tap, tap. Less is more. Remember that. Less is more. And then I'm going to dump the rest of it in there. And then I'm going to grab one of the exclusive colors in the Stampendous Jewel Glitter Kit that was done just for a Scrapbooking Made Simple. And I'm going to tap. Tap, 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 tap. So now I'm mixing my colors. Now I'm staying away from the stem a little bit. Okay, put that away and kind of lift it up and look around. Can you see there's really not that much on there? But I can tell that I missed this whole flower petal and this one there. So I'm just going to grab a little bit more of my gold. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. And I think I'm good. Then, where my stem is, I've really tried to avoid putting too much glitter there. I'm going to go in with just a little bit of green. And this one I'm just going to freehand. It almost enough off the bottle, just shaking the what's on the outside of the bottle. There we go. So it kind of looks like a hot mess. Can't really see anything until you take your finger and gently, I'm trying to get a gently start to rub. And then where that glue was, that glitter is going to stick. Can you see the pattern coming up? Where that glue was, the glitter is going to stick. And where I've got my green stem, I do my green stem. I can feel that it needs a little bit more. I can feel it. It's a little tacky in a few places. So just add a little bit more glitter. You can always add more, but once you blend your colors together, you can't put it away. You can't put the blue back in blue because it's got that champagne color mixed in with it. You can't put the champagne color back in the champagne bottle because you've got the blue mixed into it. So less is more. You want to use very little and add what you need, as opposed to dumping too much on and then having a pot of mishmash glitter or just throwing it away. And when the glitter doesn't stick anymore, that's when you know that you're done. Take an inexpensive makeup brush. This is an e.l.f. brush. Target sells them. Walmart sells them. I wouldn't be surprised if the dollar store sold them. And brush off all that extra glitter. And that's what we've got on this beautiful bronze foiled paper. And it doesn't come off. It's not going to come off. Give a good brush, and it's down there. And I wasn't sure if it would dry on there and stay because this is so non-porous. This is what I'm left with. I'm just going to toss that because it's not enough for me to put in a mishmash pot. You want to use as little glitter as possible. But now I can die cut because I have the coordinating die. And I can bring my die. Put it right down. This is an open frame die, but it has enough structure. It's not an intricate die, but it has enough structure that if I were to use it with a precision base plate, it's not going to warp. If you don't have a precision base plate, you don't need one to work with this die. This is not an intricate die. There's a big difference between a die that looks like this with all those intricate pieces versus a die that looks like this. Any die cut machine, you'll be able to cut this out. Now you line it up, and since I'm not on a magnetic platform right now, I suppose I could. Let's change over just to a straight magnetic platform. So on a straight magnetic platform, you line it up, to the best of your ability. And because it's on a magnetic platform, it's not going to move. Now the magnetic platform isn't sold separate, or isn't sold with your machine. You have to buy it separately. And if you don't do a lot of die cutting that has a stamping element to it, it may not be something that you need. But if you do a lot of stamping and die cutting, the magnetic platform really makes your life happy. So I've got my do not cut plate on the top. This happens to be the glitter red, the ruby red glitter that was done specifically for us. I've got my cut plate on the bottom because I'm going to cut into it. It's not an intricate die, so I don't need a precision base plate, but if you didn't want to change your plates because this die has enough structure in the middle of it, you could use it with your precision base plate and it would be just fine. 1, 2, did I go all the way through? There we go, 1, 2. It will cut on almost every major die cutting system sold. And there you go. So if you don't have a Go Press and Foil and you don't want to do a foiled image, you can still use the die and stamp set. But if you do have a Go Press and Foil, well then you have the best of all worlds. You can stamp, you can die cut, you can die cut, you can stamp, you can foil, you can die cut and foil. You've got the best of everything. But there it is. And I love that the foil, that the glue dries on the foil paper without any problem. And then remember, it's adhesive. So all I have to do is peel off the back. And it's done, ready to go. Ready to build your card around or your layout or your project. Done with glitter you already have. You may already own the Essentials glue pad and not have any idea what to do with it, and you've been sitting on it. Now you know what to do. And it's so pretty. So pretty. But then we have the second one. So I'm going to do that one super quick just because it's been sitting there now for a while. Okay, I have no idea what this is going to look like, but let's just tap on some of the champagne because I always like that as, I like a kind of a happy undertone to it. I'm just tapping it on. You can use the back of your tweezers, you can use a spoon, but not too much. And then let's use this really bold purple and see what we get. We can tap it on. So it's been sitting there for a little while. But I want you to see that it's okay if you have to go answer the phone or make yourself a cup of coffee or rewind the video. It's okay. It needs to go tacky, and generally the longer you leave it, the better it is. Okay, I think that's enough. Let's try it before I add any more. So right now, that's what I've got. Kind of purple, not too much of anything. Take my finger, and I'm not burnishing. I'm just gently rubbing it around. Gently rubbing it so that I cover the whole flower and it sticks to all the glue that I put down. And then let's take a little bit of my green. Plenty of green. Move the green over. Take a makeup brush, just brush it all off. So pretty. Oh my gosh. I don't know which one I like more. Do I like the blue? Do I like the purple? But I love it on this bronze paper. I love it on this self-adhesive foil paper. It's so beautiful on this paper. And if you don't have a foil machine to foil a piece of paper, well, this is an easy way for you to get around that. And it's inexpensive. I think you get 20 sheets and it's like $7.50 for 20 sheets, and then it's on sale, and maybe there's 5 colors in each pack and you get 4 of each color. But what do we think? Yay! Okay, let's do one more thing. This time I'm just going to use a die and some Stacey tape. So this is Stacey tape. It's my self-adhesive tape. It is very similar to a score tape or the Elizabeth Craft tape. They all work well. It just so happens that mine's a little bit longer, a little bit stronger, and a little bit less money. I'm just gonna rip a piece off because Stacey tape is rippable. Now this is a 5-inch width, and it comes in everything from 1/8 of an inch all the way up to 6 inches. So this is a 1/4 inch, which is about, I think, the most popular size that we carry. And I'm putting it right down just on a piece of basic cardstock, white paper. Don't use anything too expensive to do this. Piece of white paper. Now, the liner is there and it's covering up that sticky. So if I pull the liner off, and I guess that's another thing about mine. Mine has a heavier liner. People like that because it's easier to get off. If I pull that liner off, it's sticky right now. You have to do something with it. But as long as you leave that liner on, you could leave this like this until you're ready to use it. But once you pull that liner off, it's time. You gotta use it. So I'm gonna take and pull my liner off. Now I always keep the liner because I can die cut something out of this and make it a mask. And there's a whole YouTube or 4 or 5 on how to do that I've done. This time I'm just gonna play with the colors that I have in front of me. So I think I'm gonna start with a little bit of the Nouveau, and I'm just gonna sprinkle it straight on to the sticky. And then maybe I'll take a little bit of the pink and straight onto the sticky. Just kind of sprinkle it here, sprinkle it there, because we are going to move it with our finger. And then maybe a little bit of the blue. Have no idea what this is going to look like. Every one of them comes out different when you do it. You can use the same colors, and when you die cut, the colors are in different areas. Okay, I think I'm going to start with that and move it around just a little bit more on the champagne in the middle. Okay, so right now, that's what I'm working with. Take my finger and just kind of rub it in. It's gonna still look like a blob. And where I can tell it's still sticky, I'm gonna add a little bit more. And it's not gonna blend around and move around, it's just gonna blob into that adhesive tape, and that's okay, I want it to blob in. I'm not looking to blend it, I'm just looking to fill up all of that adhesive space with some glitter, or some mica, or some fragments. A little bit more up here because I can feel it's still sticky. So a microfine glitter or an ultrafine glitter is going to go a very long way in this application because you use so little of it. Then I'm going to grab my die, and I'm going to use the peacock feather die. And I'm going to see if it's big enough. Oh, by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Oh, that was close. I think maybe I'll just add a little bit around the outside just to be sure. But wow, that was really good. I don't think I could have planned it better than that. Okay. So now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut my paper down because all I want is enough to die cut. All I want is enough to die cut. I don't need all of this extra sticky. You know what happens when you put this extra sticky on your cutting plate? When you send it through your machine, it sticks to your cutting plate. How do I know that? I did that right on YouTube about, I don't know, a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I was like, oh yeah, probably shouldn't do that. So I want to cut off all the extra adhesive that did not get glitter on it in hopes that I cut enough of it off that it doesn't stick to my cutting plate. Okay, so that's what I need. Now this is an intricate die, so I do need to use my precision base plate. So I'm going to swap it back over. Bring over my Big Shot machine. Put my die, my paper, my glitter paper down. My die on top of it. Grab my icky cut plate. Send it on through. Now, I know it looks like a mess. I get it. It has big blops of glitter everywhere. The color isn't all pretty and blended. I understand. See, it's still stuck. Okay, so I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to do a quick little rotate. Just to make sure that we get all the cut edges done, forward and back. And I am going forward and back because I'm going through glitter and adhesive tape and paper. Oops, sticky, sticky, sticky. Oh, did I double cut it? I did, darn it. It moved. Okay, well, let's pull it and see what I can get. See if I can fix it. So I need this piece to come off. This stuck. There we go. It's stuck. And then I need this piece to come off. All right, just do it. Okay, I did it. And it came off. Whew. Just do it. It's only paper. And a little glitter. And a little Stacey tape. But I'm gonna pull the die. And then for me, it's easier to turn it around to see what pieces still need to be popped out. So I can see what pieces still need to come out. Pop those out. And when you're all done, you've taken a piece of paper with some Stacey tape on it and just threw some glitter down on top of it. You didn't, no rhyme, no reason to where you put it. You just let it be. But when you die cut out, what you get is a little bit of magic. And again, for me, it's easier to see on the paper side because the glitter is a little blingy. All right. I think that that's enough of them popped out to give you the idea. So we took that yucky piece of paper and we made it a beautiful, beautiful feather out of how gorgeous is that? Out of that piece that looked like this, where you just had blobs of stuff, blobs of different colored glitters. And you can't go wrong with whatever color glitter you're using. Pull 3, 4, 5 colors together. Try it. And it's okay if you don't have a roll of tape this big. If you've got a roll of, let's say you've got a 5-inch die that you want to do, and you've got a roll of 2-inch tape, just run your lines, run 3 lines so you have 6 inches. If you have 2.5 inch and you need 5-inch, something that's 5-inch wide, do 2 lines. It's okay. By the time you are done die cutting, you're never going to be able to tell where the tape stopped and started. Really, it's okay. Yes, is it nice to have a roll 5 or 6 inches wide? Absolutely. Is there a lot of tape on here? You bet. Will it last you quite some time? Yes. But I would rather you get the dies or that make your heart happy if you already have some sort of an adhesive tape and try it with that than buy the roll, because the roll of tape, I must say this one's like $37 and maybe the 6 inches $43. My goodness, that's well, the bundle is $59.99, so, and that gets you the 6 dies. Easy to do. So if you're not a stamper, but you're a die cutter and you want that beautiful glittered look, there you go. It was easy. All you had to do was grab your tape, tear off a piece, even if it's a small piece. There's one piece. Put it down. Now if I have another piece, ideally you'll do it with scissors so the lines match. Then I can line that one up to that one if I need to make it wider. It's okay to do that if you have to use 2 or 3 because you're going to die cut this out. And after you die cut it out, you're not going to be able to see where it stops and starts. You don't need to have a huge width. If you want it, I would never say not have it, but I don't want you to feel that you have to have it to do this technique. Use what you have. Use the glitters you have. Use the tape you have. Use the cardstock you have. But what you don't have is that absolutely gorgeous foil. The foil paper is beautiful. You don't have that. This one I did earlier and I just did it in the gold. That you don't have and you can't make yourself. And the dies. You gotta have the die to be able to do that. So if you've got your own glitter and your own tape, spend your money, your crafty budget on things that you can't do yourself. I hope you like them. I think they're gorgeous. So this is the newest Simply Defined collection. I've got lots of samples for you, lots of samples, and I'll go through the dies super quick so you can see them. Let me do that first. But I gave you several different ways of just playing. Just play. When you have a bottle of glitter this big, you can share it with your friend who can share it with her friend, and you're still gonna have enough for another 5 years. It uses so little. That's why the little ones from Stampendous are so nice, because this lasts such a long time because you use so little and you don't have such a big bottle. Let me show you the foils. Let me scooch all my stuff out of my way. Ooh. So foils. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the 5 colors of the foil that come in this pack, and you get 4 sheets of each. And somewhere I thought I might, oh, see, like here. Isn't that red yummy? There's the red in there. It's just a beautiful red. So you get everything from the light pink that I was using to a lavender, to a darker purple, to a hot pink, to a red. So pretty. That's 1 pack. Then you have the Naturals pack, and that's got the color that makes my heart happy. That's the one I did here. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And then you've got a coppery, and then you've got the greens, and you've got that beautiful blue. Again, 4 sheets of each, 20 sheets total. I hope I'm right. Yes, 20 sheets total. $7.50. Less 20% unless you do the I Want It All bundle and get all 4 packs, and then it's 25% off. Thank you, DoCrafts. Then I have the silver. Can you see? I don't know if you can see the iridescence. Look at that. Is that awesome? There's a card or 2 made with this. So you get 3 of the silver. I'm not sure which one you get more of, but 3 different silvers, a flat silver, a regular silver, and then that shiny, shimmery, iridescent silver. And same with the gold. Oh, here, includes 3 finishes: holographic, mirror, and satin. So that's the holographic, mirror, and satin finish. All self-adhesive, all ready to go to be used as a sticker. Then we have the dies. So first things first, this is one of the foil plates. This does not have a coordinating die and stamp to it. So you've got the cherry blossoms, you've got the little pheasant here, all done in foil with your Go Press and Foil machine. This plate is made specifically to be used with the Go Press and Foil machine by Couture Creations. Yes, you can use it as an embossing. You can, absolutely, but it's meant to go with your Go Press and Foil. So that's the first one. Then we have the one I was playing with today. Here's the die and stamp set of the Lotus flower. So you have the words, you have the background, you can stamp, you can die cut and stamp. So thank you, thinking of you. You have options there. I try to give you as many options as I can. And to go with this, should you have a Go Press and Foil, here's your Go Press and Foil with the thinking of you, the thank you. Here it is die cut out because we have the coordinating dies. We're the only ones to do that. If you just want to foil the thank you, if you want to die cut out the words, you have options. But again, the foil is just for the Go Press and Foil machine. Then we have the next 2. We have cherry blossoms on the bottom with a few extra flowers so you can layer and pop. And then we have our peonies with our little birdies. Yvette did a stunning card with these. So the next 2. These are part of the I Want It All bundle. So if you buy the I Want It All bundle, it makes each one of these dies $10 and not $13.99. Then we have our Oriental vase and our peacock feather. So here is the oriental vase, and then the peacock feather. Now, what a dramatic difference. I can't find my peacock feather. Don't know where I put it, but what a dramatic difference. There it is out of paper, but here it is out of the glitter. And if you notice, we die cut the foil paper, the DoCrafts foil paper, and used it as a shadow to the glittered die cut. So you have the beautiful vase, oriental vase, and the peacock feather. And then you have live your dreams, dream big. So you have a couple words that you can mix and match. You've got thank you here, but live your dream or dream big. And thank you with the vase. Then we have the Osaka basket. I don't think I pronounced that right. And the Patan oval. So the oval gets you 1, 2, and then the center. So we'll cut 1, 2, 3. Or our beautiful basket. Osaka. I think that's right. Osaka basket. I think that's how I said it was supposed to, they told me it was supposed to be pronounced. And again, these are part of the I Want It All bundle. So pretty. And then the contour die. Now the contour die is not part of the I Want It All bundle. And it is a hummingbird. Wait till you see the samples with this. So this is the contour die. Sometimes I do contour edges. This time I did a full die, and you've got the hummingbird and the beautiful flowers, and it's Asian Nightingale is what it's called. And then last but not least, we have the Kaleidoscope, which is also not part of a bundle. So the different layering elements, layering 2 together, different ones to make different looks. What the 4 look like all by themselves. And then if you were to put it all together. This is just out of cardstock. There's no foil, there's no glitter, that's just out of cardstock. Elena did a beautiful job. All right, now let's get to the samples, because that's the best part. Let me clear myself up a little bit. That's the best part. All right, we'll start with Elena. And here she's done a lovely little picture frame. It stands right up. Super cute, and she used the contour die for this one. And then Elena put together, this is a Bo Bunny book from eons ago, a little mini album. And she took and used the dies as stencils. This is the Tonic Studios Nouveau Mousse that she did. These aren't paper, this is mousse, this is paste that she did with the stencils. And the Bo Bunny, oh, and then she took my seam binding and she used the foil. You can hot foil right onto your ribbon. Hot foil right onto the ribbon. And the birds. This is just a mini album that we had from time gone by. Look at that, is that gorgeous with the cherry blossoms? And again, she used the die as a stencil. And last but not least, the peacock. So that is Elena. Then we have Yvette. I think I'll wait. I'll do Michelle next. So Michelle, we have Dream Big with the cherry blossoms. And then she used the black foil with the hot foil plate to make her Asian card with our little pheasant going up and the cherry blossoms. And she's got little blings all over the cherry blossoms. This is a stunner. I don't know if the camera does it justice, but it's a stunner. This is Michelle. And then I featured this one on Facebook because it truly is a Wahoo Kachoo card. How gorgeous is this? She used my vintage glam in there, and she cut the vase twice and then layered the piece into each other. So you could have had the extra, you could have had then a gold vase with the red flowers because she cut it twice, so you could have made two out of it. This is Michelle. Then we have Claire. And here's Claire's vase. Done just simple out of paper, matting. Didn't require any special foils or glitters or micas, just beautiful paper layering. And here's Claire's contour. So this is all one die. It's sold separately. It's $15.99. Here's another one of Claire's. Using the DoCrafts foil. And again, she cut it twice so she could layer back in the flowers in a different color. She just cut the die twice and then pulled the negatives out and layered it right back in. And here's Claire's peacock. And she did a step card. Claire's peacock. And here, she used the Go Press and Foil with a pink foil to give you this card. But then she took the negative and made this card. So this is the negative of the foil that was left behind after she was done doing this one. This was done with the Go Press and Foil. This she just actually taped down. She just took the negative and taped it right down to a piece of white paper to give you two cards out of one. And then another one of her peacocks, the Kaleidoscope. Then we have Belinda, who has given us a Dream Big tag. She cut the hummingbird out. Didn't use the full die, she just used the hummingbird. And then we have Belinda. This is so Belinda with the feather. And step, tri-step, tri-fold card. Super cute Belinda. And then instead of using the Go Press and Foil stamp plate with foil, she used it as an embossing tool. She embossed it on a piece of thin metal. So she didn't use it with the Go Press and Foil at all. She ran this through her regular machine and she used it as an embossing plate. That is Belinda. Then we have Kathy. Oh, Elena. Okay, I have to show you this one. This one's Elena's too. One of her finds at who knows where, what dollar store or probably the swap meet. She made it a little diorama. These are seam binding ribbon that she ran through the Go Press and Foil to foil the ribbon. Is that the coolest thing? And then of course she added the little light at the top because it's Elena. How cute is that? Isn't that darling? And this is done all on just ribbon. You can put the foil with your foil plate and foil your beautiful ribbons. So this is Elena with her little flickering tea light in there. So cute. Okay, back to Kathy. Sorry, Kathy. Now, Kathy just used one of the peacocks. She didn't use all 4 layers. She just used 1 layer. And she used a must-have here. And here she glittered the whole thing. So pretty. And again, she used a must-have to do it. So pretty. Here she made a little plaque with the feather and dream big. A piece of altered art. This one is absolutely gorgeous. Here she used the hummingbird. She didn't use the whole die because the die has the flowers coming down the side. She just used the hummingbird. She found the perfect piece of paper and glittered the hummingbird. What a gorgeous card. The coloring, the colors that she used on that it's beautiful. So this is Kathy. And last but not least, I have a layout from Kathy. So she did, like she got the Christmas, she made the vase a Christmas vase. Isn't that so pretty with her and her family? I'm gonna have to look at this really closely and see who I see. But this is Kathy, and she made the vase into poinsettia vase, all done with glitter. Is that gorgeous? So that's Kathy. Next we'll do Doris. And Doris is feeling much better, thank you everybody. Doris did this one using vellum and the cherry blossoms. And they're dimensional and they're embossed. This is Doris. Then she did her peacock. How yummy is that? She's got all 4 layers. She used my Simply Refined embossing folder in the back, one of the A4 embossing folders. She used the Happy Birthday from a collection. I want to say it was December last year I did this, the Happy Birthday, and it has all the bubbles that go around it so you can make it as big as you want. How gorgeous is that? This is Doris, and that's her Kaleidoscope die. Then we've got her Oriental, her vase, just out of paper. I wonder if, I don't know. No, I think it's paper. I thought maybe she used Tim Holtz oxide inks, and she might have. And here we go again. And here she's colored them in. Oh, nope, it's closed. Good. Nothing inside. Thank you, Doris. So this is Doris. And last but not least for Doris, she's got a stunner of a layout featuring Catherine. And she has used different elements all over. This is from the contour die. Here you have the peacock feather. Here you have from the contour die. Here's the hummingbird from the contour die. And that's Catherine in the middle. And the colors are soft and they're sweet and they're beautiful. Doris did an amazing job on this. Absolutely gorgeous. And she took the contour die and she just cut it up into a couple different bits. and used it all over and then used the feather. Okay, last we have Yvette. Here we have Yvette with the cherry blossoms done in all foil with the foil paper from DoCrafts. So that's Yvette. Here is Yvette with the frame. So pretty. Then we have her with the basket. She did very little to this. This is that beautiful foil paper from DoCrafts. I put on some vintage glam from me. It's just beautiful and simple and elegant and pretty. You could even use that as a wedding card. It's just beautiful. And then I love, love, love this one she did with the birds. Done with the foil. Love, love, love that. And here is her contour die contribution. And she glittered the whole thing. She did this out of the foil and then she went back in with Sharpie markers or Copic markers and colored it all in. Right on top of the glitter. This is Yvette's contribution to the couture die or contour die this month, which is Nightingale, Asian Nightingale. And then her beautiful peacock. I told you that's that holographic. Is that awesome? That's the holographic foil. That looks great, doesn't it? I just want to move it because I can see the colors. I can see the spectrum of colors as I move it. It's gorgeous. This is Yvette's contribution to the Kaleidoscope for October. She did an amazing job. The girls always, they do such a beautiful job. And last but not least, I showed this one also on Facebook. Look at how pretty is that. So that's using the matte gold foil and the green foil paper from DoCrafts, and they just layered the pieces right back into each other. All right, so let me tilt on back. Bye. Okay, you guys, it's me, Stacey, Scrapbooking Made Simple, with the October release of Simply Defined, exclusive product from DoCrafts, and ways to use what you might already have. I hope so, because you always feel great when you pull something out of your stash that you haven't used for a while, and then you make something yummy with it, and it's like, oh, I really like that. Yay! All right, I am glad to be back. Where do you get all of these great items? Well, remember, Simply Defined is only available at Scrapbooking Made Simple. They are my designs and you can't get them anywhere else. They are a one and done, so when they are sold out, they are sold out. They are at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Right now, we're the only place you can get the DoCrafts foil too. But hopefully you've got glitter and maybe you already have an Essentials glue pad. So you can do beautiful things like this. And the girls do an amazing job as always. All right, so I will see you next week. Congratulations to all 100 winners. Don't forget to go watch that YouTube to hear if you are a winner chicken dinner. And scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Bye, everybody. Glad to be home.